Right, welcome back to another video on this channel. Are Leicester a one-man team with James Maddison? Are Leicester completely useless without James Maddison? Are Leicester worthless human beings in every department, in every walk of life without James Maddison? Okay, maybe that's probably a bit too far, but my point still stands. My point being, I think Leicester are becoming or have become a one-man team with James Maddison, and in this video, I will explain to you my reasons as to why. So yeah, first of all, it's no secret whatsoever that Leicester's form with and without James Maddison, the disparity between the two is absolutely black and white. And yeah, Leicester, I don't know the exact stats, but I know that they win considerably more games when Maddison is in the team, and they lose considerably more games when he's not in the team. And I think today was a perfect example of that. I mean, you saw Leicester, who just really sat back, to be fair, and just were so conservative. It was probably the most conservative display I've seen from Leicester in a number of years, certainly under Brendan Rodgers' tenure. And I think it showed today, because I think Arsenal really feared Leicester today. And look, even you can say that even with Maddison, Leicester wouldn't have been able to match Arsenal man for man in terms of the form Arsenal have been on, the dangers they do possess in their team. But I think Brendan Rodgers more so actually, showed his lack of belief in this side without James Maddison in the team. With the way they sat back, they were so conservative, didn't play their usual game whatsoever, which is to be a possession-based team, to play on the front foot, to have the ball, which they do like to do, to create opportunities to go down the line, to whip a ball into the box, whether it be low or high, or whether it be a cutback, or to, create centrally if they can't manage to do that. And Leicester just did not do that whatsoever today. They sat back, completely gave Arsenal all the respect, and to be fair, on another day, I think Arsenal could have really punished Leicester and absolutely hammered them, to be fair, because Arsenal actually weren't even that good themselves, to be fair. I mean, they only recorded 0.64 expected goals, and yet didn't actually threaten Leicester whatsoever, to be fair, in many cases. And it was just the fact that Leicester were so toothless and unthreatening up front without James Maddison's creativity in this team, which was absolutely evident today. I mean, if you look at it, Leicester had 0.02 expected goals from one shot, which, went wide of the post early in the second half from Kieran Dewsbury Hall. So if that doesn't show you the lack of creativity and oomph in this final third play for Leicester without Maddison, I don't know what does, to be honest. And to be honest, this is a recurring theme for Leicester without Maddison. I mean, you could say it's a once-off, and they're playing against a very good team like Arsenal, but it's a recurring theme. Every single time Maddison is out of this Leicester team, Leicester are like this, and they have absolutely no bite up front, no creativity, no spark. And yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it is for Leicester fans, and I'm sure a lot of them would agree with me in that sense, to be fair. And even still in this game, Brendan Rodgers tried to play two completely different styles to, make something happen. And in the way they started the game with obviously Iheanacho up front, which has been the case recently, with Dewsbury Hall in midfield, which I think is suited more than having Tielemans and Iheanacho, because Iheanacho is more of a striker who prefers to come short and get involved in the link-up play a bit more, rather than Jamie Vardy or Patson Daka, who are just essentially running gun strikers and have that bit of pace to run in behind, which Tielemans is more useful for, because he has that ability to ping the ball over the top. Whether Dewsbury Hall is more of a water carrier, so to speak, he has that energy, he has that ability to drive from midfield and carry the ball forward, which does suit Iheanacho's style of play more, in my opinion. And then with 20-25 minutes to go, he brought on Jamie Vardy and Yuri Tielemans, non-coincidentally brought the two of them on at the same time, and yet that just didn't work whatsoever either. And having that ability for Tielemans to ping a ball over the top to Vardy, now obviously Vardy's not as good as he used to be and not as sharp in terms of his pace as he used to be, but yeah, as I said, neither styles worked for Leicester, and I think it was the common denominator here was James Maddison's absence in the starting 11. Hey there, why are you not subscribed, huh? Unless you are, in which case just ignore this message. According to the stats, nearly 80% of you aren't subscribed to this channel. What the f***'s that about, huh? Subscribe! And leave a like while you're at it as well. Cheers. Love ya. And just another thing as well, I've actually just realised Leicester had 34% of the ball as well, so like their 0.02 expected goals, it just shows how, far Leicester stepped back and gave Arsenal respect because of James Maddison's absence in the team. And like I said earlier on in the video, I think it really shows Brendan Rodgers' lack of confidence in this team when James Maddison is not present, in my opinion. And to be honest, it's no shame whatsoever, because you're missing an absolutely top-class player in James Maddison when he's not available. I mean, 9 goals and 5 assists in 16 starts this season for a team in the bottom half of the table for essentially the whole of the season so far, which is just an absolutely unbelievable return, really. He's averaging 2.4 key passes per 90, he's averaging 4.54 shot creating actions per 90, which again is pretty decent, and 4.5 passes per 90 into the final third, which again is absolutely exceptional stats, really. And once again as well, his set piece importance as well, because Leicester do like to take advantage of set pieces, and Maddison is well capable of whipping a ball in from a corner or a wide free kick into the box, and of course has an absolutely brilliant ability in terms of, hitting a ball into the back of the net from a free kick outside the penalty area. So yeah, Maddison is really lacked in that sense as well. And yeah, like I say, I mean, you can just tell even from the eye test without the stats even, is that Leicester do really miss the creativity of Maddison. I mean, the numbers don't lie, 0.02 expected goals like I keep saying, but even without that, you could tell that Maddison is massively missed in this team in terms of the spark and in terms of playing that killer ball and in terms of just being any sort of link between defence and attack and creating goals. And to be fair, I was actually thinking during the game, watching it as well, I mean, Leicester don't really have a lot of issues outside Maddison. Maybe they could have a better goalkeeper, even though Danny Ward has been okay to a certain extent this season after starting off the season ridiculously poorly. But they've got a decent defence in terms of the fullbacks. You've got Castagna and Christensen, the new signing, who, offer that ability to play in possession and also offer the ability to cut in as a third centre-back in that elbow tactic that Leicester do like to deploy. You've got a balanced centre-back partnership in terms of Wout Faes, who's, more of an aggressor, is confident on the ball in, carrying the ball out from defence, and Harry Souttar, who's essentially just, in my opinion, a Harry Maguire regen for Leicester, which is a good thing because remember, Maguire wasn't always a meme in modern day football. But yeah, Harry Souttar offers you that, stable defensive ability. He's more conservative and more laid back and sits a bit deeper than Wout Faes and offers you that area ability as well, being the fact he's 6'5" and absolutely massive. In midfield, you've got Dewsbury Hall, like I said, who is very confident in carrying the ball, offers you that energy in midfield. You've got Mendy to sit back, who has been playing in that 6th role recently, although Ndidi did play today and didn't really put a foot wrong given how Arsenal weren't exactly on their best. But yeah, even still, Ndidi is a very good holding midfielder on his day, even though he's dropped off in recent years. You've got Harvey Barnes on the left, who offers you that ability to cut inside in his right foot and create or have a shot, or go on the left hand side and whip in across into the box like Leicester like to do. And then of course on the other side you've got Tete, who offers you similar attributes to Harvey Barnes, except he's on the other side where he's able to cut in his left foot and offer the overlap of Castagna down that right hand side, or go onto his right foot and whip in a ball into the box like I said Leicester do like to do. Then you've got Iheanacho up front, who, in terms of his goal record isn't the most clinical of strikers, but he is a poacher by nature, and as I said earlier in the video, is comfortable to, come back and sit deep and link up play. So I think the common denominator of all of Leicester's issues simply relies on James Maddison, and to be honest, I think he's that important to Leicester, where it's his, availability in the team that really dictates how well Leicester do in terms of finishing in the Premier League table this season, because I think if he stays fit and he, plays the majority of the games between now and the end of the season, I think Leicester could get themselves a really good run of form and even get themselves into the top half comfortably, to be honest. And if he's unavailable for a lot of games in the second half of the season, I think we could see Leicester even dragged into a very serious relegation battle. I think he's that important to them that, especially with the results today, they've gone their way. I mean, Leeds won, West Ham won, Everton lost, but they've got Sean Dyche and they're just, let's be honest, not going to go down with Sean Dyche in charge. But yeah, Leicester fans, let me know in the comment section below, have I hit the nail on the head with your club, or am I talking absolute shit? Let me know in the comment section below, because of course whatever I say, it doesn't matter because you guys will probably know your club more than I do. And yeah, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, it would be massively appreciated as per usual, and also if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would also be hugely appreciated, because we are looking to hit 2,000 subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can, and every single one of you that hits that subscribe button would be an absolute legend in helping me get there as soon as possible. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, and yeah, chat to you later.